I guess, I mean, the big question is the second half. They came back and tied it. Impressed you guys pulled it out, or a little disappointed they let that happen?
Well, the game was very similar to last year. We weren't as sloppy with the ball, but it was more decisions this year in terms of when to fast break, when to work a little clock. You know, you play a good basketball team that battles like Bowling Green State, and you know, you take a cut for granted, all of a sudden we'll turn it over. Those types of things. You know, we got bogged down in offense. We didn't have a lot of field goals in the second half, but you know, we kept them under 40%, and that was a goal before the game. 29% in the first half. We assisted a good amount of our field goals. We out-rebounded them. You know, we made plays down the stretch to win the game. Yeah, you know, you look at it and say, are you disappointed how you finished? Of course, you want to finish with a bigger margin, but we did grow up at the end and finish the game, and that's something to be really proud of.
You've talked a lot about how the team hasn't been able to close out toward the end of the game. I guess what were they able to do today to where they can close it out?
Well, I think when you're in those types of games, being the home team sometimes a disadvantage mentally, because all of a sudden you had a big lead and it's tied with a couple minutes to go, and you feel all kinds of pressure. So you're looking at the guys and you want to make sure that they're responding and slowing down and maturing and understanding that we still have this basketball game. I thought Derek Gordon's play on the free throw line for him to get us another possession was huge. It was huge. That's the kind of effort you need that maybe gets you over the top. I mean, they made some plays. Now, I got to give Bowling Green State some credit. They made some plays down the stretch, made some shots, and you know, they hustled. They kept playing. They could have very easily put their heads down. So, very good learning experience for us. It's great to be on this end. A lot of guys stepped up, I thought. There's some guys that didn't even really make the stat sheet that stepped up. I thought Nigel had really good energy on defense. I thought Khalil did a lot of good things. He got back into play and blocked a couple shots, and you need those kinds of plays in tight games, and we had them tonight.
Scott Thomas for them kind of went off in the second half there. I guess why couldn't the guys stop him? It seemed like he was the one that was fueling their comeback.
Well, he's a good player. I think some of it was off the turnovers. You know, they went small, and we struggled to guard their small lineup a little bit. But he's a good player. I mean, he's going to be an all-conference player for them. He's consistent. He makes tough shots. He steps up and wants the ball. So, you know, it's tough to contain him. We did a really good job on him in the first half, and he got loose in the second half. And you know, that's what you expect other guys, you know, other big-time players on other teams to do. So, got to do a better job focusing on him and a little more attention on him. I thought their point guard in the second half did a good job getting in the lane and finding open guys.
Out-rebounded them by 10. You talked about that a little bit, but it seemed like everyone really rebounded. It wasn't just George or Tang. Even the guards had 5. Some of the guys had 5, 6 rebounds.
Absolutely. I think that's important, because I think we expend a lot of energy showing on screens, and you know, on the perimeter, our post players are out there trying to help and hedge on the guards. So when the shot goes up, we need our guards to come in there and rebound, mix it up. We've got physical guards too, which I'm really excited about. You got guys like Derek Gordon, T.J. Price, Nigel Snipes. Those guys are athletic and they're physical, and they need to come down and help. And that's part of their job, and tonight we executed.
You always talk about you want these guys to play complete halves. You really didn't do that again tonight. Why do you think that continues to be a problem?
Well, first half I think we did.
Right.
You know, first half I think we did. We had a chance to close them out. 18 points and a half is pretty impressive defensively. Second half we didn't execute, mostly because of our offense. Not so much because of our defense. Our bad offense led to some good possessions for them on offense, and that's stuff we got to work on. You know, understanding. I'm disappointed tonight that our 2 point guards, I ended up playing TJ at the point, because our 2 point guards are not dictating how the game is run, and that's something that's got to get better. I want Jamal to step up. I want Kevin to step up and understand how to run the team. And tonight we had to put TJ in that position, and he answered the bell. He answered the bell and finished the game out. But when you turn the ball over at that rate, or making the decisions that lead to bad offense, you know, that's something that's got to change.
Is that something you might use in the future now, TJ, at the point guard, or are you still going to try to go with those two?
Absolutely. That's been in the mix. You know, he hasn't played a whole lot of games. That's in the mix. And DG at the point some. And, you know, we're going to do it by committee. And obviously when guys are playing well, they're going to be at that spot. But we have the luxury of putting some other guys there. And I think it helps us. And it also puts sometimes a more scoring mentality guy out there at the point that we can set some screens for.
18 points from your bench. You outscored their bench. How big is that knowing you've got guys that may not start, but they can come in, give you a couple points, and give you good quality minutes?
It's been that way for a little bit. I think we've been doing a good job with the bench, coming in and scoring and making plays. We had several times we put a whole new 5 in, and it's great to have that luxury and keep the energy going. I thought in the first half it really helped our energy defensively, that second wave that we have. And we've talked about that, having a long red line, of players that can come in and affect the game in a positive way. And that's our bench. That's got to be a real strength for us this year.
Looking ahead now, I guess, to Southern Illinois, I guess, how do you guys build off of this and just haven't been able to build wins together? I guess, what do you guys do to do that now?
Well, one game at a time. We've got to continue to improve. The guys have been really good focusing in on scouting report. So I feel like our guys are going to know personnel and know what Southern Illinois runs. And now it becomes time to improve on some of the physical things that we need to get better at, and that's rebounding, finishing possessions out, cutting hard, screening hard. Those are things that we got to make a jump. Southern Illinois will make you look bad if you don't do those things because they are physical, and they always have been. They're well coached, and they have there's not going to be many surprises in this game. They're going to try to play inside out. They're going to get on the glass. They're going to make us work for everything on the offensive end, and I want to see our offense take that next jump.
Anything else for Coach? All right.